What's up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. As you will know, the election has already happened. We all know who won, and well, a lot of people on the left or the Democratic side are losing their goddamn minds, but they don't want to look in the mirror and think that they can do no wrong. They did nothing wrong, and some of their points can be justified. I'm not gonna lie, because I was on the other side before. But that was around during the time of Bernie Sanders when he ran for president, and he definitely is definitely someone to be. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys, I was tweaking my freaking avatar. Okay, but yeah, he was definitely someone to be, someone to be revered, dude. Because the guy's been in the game for quite a long time, man. He's definitely somebody that should be, revered, but not only that, like respected as well, because he's been in the game for quite a long time, dude. And well, apparently he has a take on how on this whole debacle of the election and whatnot, and well, we're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive into this, okay, and take a look at what he has to say. But granted, having said that, like, I don't know, man. Bernie Sanders at the time when he ran, this is just a little tidbit, but I definitely voted for him back in the day when he was running. And when he didn't win, I was just like, damn, dude, like, if, like once this guy is like, I don't know how many years he has left, dude, but damn, he's, if they make anyone like him, dude, like, he's freaking tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, he's one tough son of a bitch, dude. Definitely one to be in the ringer for a while. Like I said already, a bunch of times already. This dude, he understands, what it's all about.
Senator Bernie Sanders issued a scathing statement after the vice president's loss in what he called a disastrous campaign, saying, quote, "It should come as no great surprise that a Democratic Party which has abandoned working class people would find that the working class..."
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. That's exactly why, one of the reasons why they lost. Not only because when Kamala came out, I mean, man, people don't understand that a VP doesn't necessarily do much, okay? They're just there in case shit happens, okay? It's kind of like an insurance policy. And definitely having a good VP behind your back is to make sure that when you're that if the unfortunate event that if something were to happen to you, that you have a bit of an insurance policy, a person with the same ideals such as yourself that would, be willing to continue your vision, essentially.
Has abandoned them. And Independent Senator Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Bernie's right.
Now, Senator Sanders, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here on this Sunday after Election Day. Let's start right there.
And I think there was also a viral around the time when he was campaigning that he was at what was it? He was like, going around the country to sway voters, right? That like a brief like moment that somehow a bird, a little songbird, I don't know what type of bird, but just a little bird ended up land on his podium, and it was just like, a moment of like, felt very divine, like almost like some kind of divine intervention in a way. And if you want to be, spiritual about it or whatever, you're like, it could have been like, maybe a sign from God, so to speak, and whatnot. And it's just, yeah, it was just like a very, viral moment that, even to this day, that when I think about, I haven't seen the video in a while, but I remember it clearly, watching it on TV and then being it shared around all over the internet, and it was just like a very pivotal moment, dude. It was so neat and awesome, and it felt like, what Bernie was doing was definitely something was right. He, he's been in the game for quite a while, and definitely an advocate for civil rights too, and he was there for since like day one. I think if you look him up and whatnot, I'm sure.
Incredibly direct.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You say you think the Democratic Party has, quote, abandoned the working class. How exactly do you think
they have, man? It's no freaking. It's not a joke or anything. It's the damn truth, because they have. That's one of the main factors why they lost. You alienated them. Alienated us. I mean,
look, the working people of this country are extremely angry. They have a right to be angry.
Yes,
in the richest country in the history of the world.
And honestly, anyone has a right to be angry and whatnot. But the issue is that how you say, like, with the balance, like which which group of people are swaying the pendulum more.
World today, the people on top are doing phenomenally well, while 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and millions.
Yeah, freaking. My dad is retired, and my mother is like working, still in her 60s, and God forbid that something happens to them and whatnot. But like, the scary thought is that not only just that I have to contribute. There's no way around it and whatnot, and having to help support my parents is like, shouldn't be up for debate, but like it shouldn't be, like a thing. I don't know what's the best way to put it. It's a rock and a hard place, because I wish my parents, like, didn't have to, like, worry about the future, essentially. And the same thing can be said about myself.
Millions of families worry that their kids are actually going to have a lower standard of living than they do.
Oh yeah, see, he freaking just touched it upon, dude. He knows. He freaking knows. He's not an idiot. And the freaking left just like loves to freaking I don't know swing their dicks around or something, dude. Like, I don't know.
The top 1% owning more wealth than the bottom 90%. We're the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all of our people. 25% of our seniors are trying to live.
And dude, when he freaking was campaigning, that was one of the things that I wanted to get on board, was to try to find a policy that would help, help the Americans have good, affordable health care, that you wouldn't have to worry about, healthcare being so damn expensive that you have to basically lose an arm and a leg for it, dude. Because Jesus fucking Christ, trying to freaking, get something for like surgery or anything like that today is like you're breaking open your piggy banks and savings, and it might even come down that you might have to freaking, sell your soul to the devil in order to freaking make ends meet.
On $15,000 a year or less, we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth. And the gap between the people on top and everybody else is getting wider and wider. And then, Kristen, on top of all of that, we got a corrupt campaign finance system which allows billionaires to buy elections.
Okay,
so if
I
you're an
agree with
average
that.
worker out there, you're saying, hey, I'm working longer and longer hours, going nowhere in.
No, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I definitely started feeling that when I was working let's see, where to start? Well, excuse me, sorry, I sneezed. Well, I definitely worked in fast food around high school. And then once I graduated, I started getting into retail, and I was in retail for 5 years. I made and saved up a good amount of money for college. Then some, unfortunate events happened and whatnot, like, just life happens, like with family and stuff. As anybody, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. Guaranteed I'm not the only one. But, family members of mine started passing away, and other things, other finances starting to happen and whatnot, and economy not letting up and whatnot, gas prices, I mean, so on and so on, dude. We can, go down the list and whatnot. But if you were part of the working class like I was around that time, present date, you're definitely finding it hard to make ends meet with groceries. And I mean, like, about a year ago, I mean, I was going to university, and I had been working at a hospital for almost 2 years, and saving up the money from that job on top of another job working as a provider. And once I started going to the university, I found out I spent more money on gas and groceries, and yeah, I couldn't continue another semester, and I had to pretty much like put that on hold and be like, well, and I kind of had to like, start reevaluating myself and start looking in the mirror and be like, dude, what do I have to do in order like to finish? Like, do I keep going and put myself in debt? And my mom told me to like just take out a loan or whatever. I was like, yeah, sure, mom. Like, I'm gonna like, shoot myself in the freaking foot compared to like what's happening right now. Like, really, I don't think I'm in a position to be doing that type of shit. Nobody is really.
In a hurry, worried about my kids, and yet the people on top have never had it so good. Where is the Democratic Party? Are they prepared?
I mean, I'm not a dad and whatnot, but like I can still sympathize for people who have families, single mothers or single fathers or whatever, or families in general.
To stand up to these powerful corporate interests, raise the minimum wage, fight for health care for all people. Make sure that all of our kids get the quality education that they need. Expand Social Security. Are they prepared to do those things? That's the issue that we have to address.
Well,
good question.
As you know,
it's a good thing to
was met with
focus
some
on.
Sharp reaction as well. This is what Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi had to say. Take a look at this
fuck
reaction.
that freaking Nancy Pelosi, man. Screw her. I swear to God, dude.
On the other side.
She's so
Bernie
freaking.
Sanders has not won. Let me.
Honestly, she's like the embodiment of the devil. I mean, she definitely looks like the person that freaking would sell herself to the fucking devil, dude. I don't care what anybody says. She freaking sucks.
Respect, and I have a great deal of respect for him for what he stands for. But I don't respect him saying that the Democratic Party has abandoned.
Well, of course you don't, because you're worried about your bottom line or whatever the fuck, dude. Freaking, the thing about like not the presidency, but like these other positions, such as like the Senate or delegates or so on and so on, that have like longer terms than the presidency, are honestly like the people that need to be looked at a little bit more and whatnot, because these freaking people are like how many years does this freaking bitch freaking have, and is going to be continuing to be sitting in the freaking House of Representatives or the cabinet or whatever the hell, like how long is she going to be in there before like, she's withering down and, still making like what, I don't know, millions and millions of dollars. I don't know what her net worth is, but
working class families.
I can imagine it's quite high.
Senator, how do you respond to Nancy Pelosi?
I don't really get she freaking sucks.
Well, Nancy's a friend of mine, and we've worked together on many issues. But here is the reality. I
Probably
have to
can't
say to
say
Nancy, in the Senate in the last 2 years. We have not even brought forth.
And have you, like, Sanders has been a senator, has been in the Senate, yeah, in this for a long time, dude. But he's sure as hell not showing any, signs like Biden of, of brain activity or whatever. Freaking Bernie Sanders still has a hell of a good head on his shoulders, man. I'm not lying.
Legislation to raise the minimum wage to a living wage, despite the fact that some 20 million people in this country are working for less than $15 an hour. In America today, we have not brought, in the Senate, we have not brought to the floor the PRO Act to make it easier for workers to join unions. We're not talking about defined benefit pension plans.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but, union, I think people are somewhat biased, or I'm pretty sure they're like have some kind of amount of bias on unions and whatnot. However, I see them as a necessary evil, or just necessary and whatnot. Even though that I never, been part of a union, so to speak, or whatever. But like, I think they're necessary and whatnot. I think they're necessary. I mean, you can disagree with me and whatnot, but I kind of think they're necessary. Or if there was like, something better out there, then I guess, but to each their own.
So that our elderly can retire with security. We're not talking about lifting the cap on Social Security so that we can extend the solvency of Social Security and raise benefits. Bottom line, if you're an average working person out there, do you really think that the Democratic Party is going to the mats, taking on powerful special interests and fighting for you? I think the overwhelming answer is no.
Yeah, yeah. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. It's exactly what I can definitely felt what he was saying during Trump's first presidency. I didn't vote for Trump then, but then later on, I started to see the goalposts swinging. And my mind was starting to open to.
That is what has got to change.
Senator,
started to swaying to the Republican side and whatnot, because for quite a while I was a little bit on the blue side, but I don't know. I think I'm starting to see the light.
Zoom out and just ask.
Well, not started, but I saw the light.
Results. You've heard some of the reaction throughout the Democratic Party. How much do you personally blame President Biden for this loss?
President Biden, when he came into office, said that he would be the most progressive president since FDR. And I think on domestic issues, not foreign policy, on domestic issues, he has kept his word, and the agenda that he has pushed through has been an extraordinarily strong one. But that agenda has got to be placed within the overall context of American society today. And that America...
Yeah, I agree, because maybe this is just like me being biased, but from what I was able to see was that I saw that Biden, during his term, doing a lot of like sending a lot of foreign aid to like, Palestine, Gaza, so on and whatnot. And I didn't think it was like, I just thought it was just like a ploy and whatnot, just to like, get on good terms with everybody or whatever the hell and whatnot. Honestly, I don't freaking care about like about any of that stuff and whatnot, because I think we had to first focus on ourselves, and then we can go ahead and once we corrected ourselves, we can go ahead and be like, the world police. But like, even then, I still think that like, we should kind of keep to our own just a bit.
American society,
kind of like in World War II, when we didn't bother getting into any, didn't want to enter, but that was only, but we only entered because of Japan. And then it was like, America started going on the war on the both fronts, over in Europe and in the Pacific.
today is one in which tens of millions
Excuse
of
me.
working families and elderly people are struggling, while the people on top have never had it so good.
But Senator, should he have gotten out of the race more quickly, as some are arguing?
I supported him because I think his agenda was a strong agenda, a working class agenda. I'm not going to look backwards. Kamala ran a strong campaign. She did everything
that's fair.
that she
That's
could.
probably a fair
She
take.
decisively won the debate. So to me, it's not just about the campaign. It's about what does the Democratic Party stand for? Do ordinary people
Yeah. What do they offer? What are they going to do for you? Basically.
say, yeah, that is a party that is fighting for my interest and prepared to take on the big money interest who control the economic and political life of the country? That's to me what the issue is.
Yeah, we're talking a lot about the economics. You've talked about how the Democratic Party is out of touch when it comes.
I think Sanders has always been a dude for, implying policy, good policies. I don't think he gives a damn about, all this other political squabble about identity politics and whatnot.
To economic issues, some Democrats are saying it's not just economic issues, it's cultural issues as well.
There
Here's
we go.
what Democratic strategist James Carville had to say. Take a look.
What killed the Democrats and what killed Biden
I think I saw a smidge of this.
Disorder. And part of the sense of disorder was the unfortunate events of what I would refer to as the woke era.
Yeah, of course.
Has the Democratic Party's focus on identity politics gone too far, Senator?
Oh, yeah.
Let me answer it this way. I think if the Democratic Party must continue to stand up against all forms of bigotry.
Yeah.
And Democrats should hold their head high in saying, we led the fight for women's rights and to protect the woman's constitutional right for abortion. We led the fight for civil rights, for gay rights. That is something we should be proud of. But it's not either or, Chris, and this is the problem. You can do both.
No, yeah, he's right.
You could say that.
Go back and let me hear. I want to hear that again. Just hit that punchline right there, indeed.
And to protect the woman's constitutional right for abortion. We led the fight for civil rights, for gay rights. That is something we should be proud of. But it's not either or, Chris, and this is the problem. You can do both. You could say that I'm for raising the minimum wage to a living wage, guarantee health care for all people, expanding Social Security. And by the way, I also support a woman's right to control her own body, etc. It's not either or. It's going forward in both directions.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. It doesn't have to be. You can do both. It doesn't have to be just like a one-sided issue kind of thing, It's not either or. Like he put it beautifully, and that's why that's the reason why back when he was campaigning is why I even decided to vote for him, even though he lost, which was a major bummer because I don't think he's ever going to run again now. But yeah, Bernie Sanders has always been a force to be reckoned with. Freaking, like I said, good shoulder on his head, man. Definitely good shoulder on his head.
I've been speaking to some Democrats who
Good
are
head on his shoulders,
because now President-elect
screwed that up.
has beaten 2 women candidates, and their concern is that it will make it more difficult to nominate a woman candidate in the future.
Bro, shut the fuck up. No one cares about that crap. No one honestly, genuinely cares about it, dude. The only thing is that if they can deliver, they can deliver. That's all that is,
You share that concern, Senator?
No, I don't.
See?
I think it's not a question. Look,
Not even
I'm
a
not
fucking
going to
concern.
deny that there is sexism in this country, that there's racism,
fair enough.
homophobia. It's there.
Sure, exactly.
But on
Fair
the
enough.
other hand, I think what the American people want to support, whether it's a woman, a man, a black or a white, or Latino, whatever, is they want to support somebody who is standing up, Kristen, and fighting for them. People are in pain. People are hurting. They can't afford to go to a doctor. They can't afford to send their kids to childcare.
That shouldn't even be like a one-sided issue. That should be like just a universal issue in general and whatnot. I mean, just because you're suffering doesn't necessarily mean that others. Oh man, what's a good way to put it? just because like one group suffering doesn't equate to the suffering of, overall, right? I think that's probably a good way of putting it. Like the ability to afford groceries and housing and the essential necessities right now is a freaking, it's a freaking squabble, man. We're, basically selling our souls to the devil right now just to freaking make ends meet and whatnot. That's not right.
Go to college. They're worried about future generations and what kind of standard of living they will have. Here is the bottom line, and it has to be dealt with. You got an economy today doing phenomenally well.
Honestly, yeah, I think politicians shouldn't even care about identity politics as much. Whatnot. The identity politics shouldn't even have like a space in politics regardless or whatever, I mean, that might be a hot take and whatnot, but like, there should be times, okay, let's be fair, there are times and windows that, where it should probably be included and whatnot. But if it's like going to be the overall pitch during an election and whatnot, it's not gonna fly by anybody, dude. That's another factor why they freaking lost. Why the Democrats lost.
It is not working for the working class. All right. How do we address those issues?
I mean, freaking hell, just a bit of an insight. When the election was happening, dude, I didn't even freaking go to sleep until like 4 o'clock in the morning because I was watching. What I was watching was phenomenal and so amazing that, the red wave just like completely took over. And I was like, oh, hell, dude, like this is going to be it, it's fun. It's going to happen. And I was jumping up and down with joy, dude. Like, I'm not going to lie. But then, of course, the next day came along and, the meltdowns and whatnot. Maybe we'll take a look at that later on and whatnot, but not right now. We still got to finish this.
And in the richest country on the history of the world,
yeah,
create an economy that works for all. That is the issue. And by the way, what Trump did in his election is to say, I know that you're hurting.
Yeah.
And the reason is they got millions of people coming across the border illegal. They're eating your dogs. They're eating your cats. He gave an explanation. It happened to be a pretty crazy explanation. Yes, we got to strengthen the borders, but that is not going to raise wages for working people or provide health care to all people.
Sure.
The Democrats need an explanation. And that explanation is corporate greed and the power of the billionaire class.
Yeah.
I know that's uncomfortable for people in the Democratic Party.
Oh, no, yeah.
But that is the...
It's not only just uncomfortable, it makes their ass sweat, dude. Like, they be like sitting in their chairs and whatnot, and they just be freaking like sweating their asses off, dude, and whatnot. They, this is a line from a movie that like the Democrats' nose are like so damn long or whatever. No, you know what? Actually, no, I got that wrong. The Democrats got their noses so far up their own asses that they all got to be Pinocchio. All of them are freaking like freaking Pinocchio at this point. They honestly love the smell of their own farts. Yeah. That South Park episode, where Cartman goes to San Francisco or San Diego or whatever the fuck. It's exactly, it's exactly how these freaking wokey libtards are like and whatnot. Freaking snobs, freaking loving the smell of their own freaking shit and farts, dude. Like, I swear to God.
Senator, quickly before I let
like get out and get some air actually for once in your lifetime, dude. Fucking A, stop smelling your own ass and stop alienating a huge demographic of people. That's another reason why you lost.
The power of the billionaire
dumbasses.
Class. I know that's uncomfortable for people in the Democratic Party, some people, but that is the issue we have to address.
Senator,
exactly.
Quickly before I let you go, I do want to ask you about the Supreme Court. Some Democrats behind the scenes quietly talking about the possibility, should Justice Sotomayor step down, to allow President Biden to appoint someone who's younger. She's only 70 years old. Is that something that you would support? Do you think she should step down?
No.
No.
I don't.
No, he doesn't.
Have you heard any talk of this?
No, he doesn't, because honestly, I think Bernie Sanders doesn't really give a shit about that type of stuff, dude. He only cares about, having a good entourage. And like I said, like I said already 1,000 times, he has a good head on his shoulders. Even for a guy that's like, that's been, he's old. Okay. I forgot how old he is and whatnot, but dude, he still has a good head on his shoulders. He can still think, thank God. And that's not to say that other like-minded elderly people, can't think like him and whatnot, because they are. I have met some that have freaking good heads on their shoulders, man. Even after 50 whatever years and whatnot, and they're like, in their 80s or 70s and whatnot, they still can freaking, almost as smart as a whistle.
This?
Chip of the old block.
A little bit, yes. I don't think it's a sensible approach.
Okay, hold on. Let me just go back a little bit and just read what he's saying.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't give a crap about that.
Have you heard any talk of this?
Nope.
A little bit, yes.
Oh, no,
I
never
don't
mind.
think it's a sensible approach.
And you don't think it's a sensible approach?
No, why would he?
Correct.
All right.
Bro, he's not. This freaking chick over here, man, is like, I don't know, just trying to get anything out of him and whatnot. And she's like, for us Hispanics, we call it chisme. We call it chisme. And what that basically means is that it's that paparazzi type of approach, and whatnot. And just like Bernie Sanders, like, yeah, he's not having it. I'm not gonna give it to you, dude. No, like, yeah, but no, I'm not telling you shit. Oh my God. But like, she does look a little like frustrated. I'm like, oh, just like, give me anything, dude, like something juicy. It's like, nah, dude, I'm not about that crap.
Senator Bernie Sanders.
I ain't about that life. Freaking Bernie Sanders ain't about that life, dude. I swear to fucking God, he's not about that life. Probably not even a million years that if you could probably, try to get something out of him that, and you're like still trying to fish for it. He's still like, I don't think he's going to give it to you. He'll probably take it to the grave, man. He'll take it to the grave.
Thank you very much for your time this morning and your perspective. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news.
Freaking peace, Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, you freaking killed it, man. Freaking, oh yeah, man. Freaking awesome guy. Good head on his shoulders, man. I'll say it time and time again. He has a good fucking head on his shoulders, man. I only hope that other like-minded people like him are on the Democratic side, or like him, because God knowing, or God willing, whatever the hell, that the Democrats need someone like Bernie Sanders, or need more people like Bernie Sanders and whatnot. It's no contest with this dude, man. You can't expect like I said, a whole group being, taking the whole alienation and whatnot, and then you just like, just belittling their, they're belittling their values and stuff and whatnot, because as soon as you start talking down people and saying that they're stupid and racist and this and that and whatnot, people are gonna take that shit, especially if it's not true. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video and whatnot. Like, I know it might be like a bit of a hot take or whatever and whatnot to go over and whatnot, but I just thought it'd be a great thing to react to, especially from someone who has, like I said, a guy who's been in the game for quite a while, man. Right? That's freaking Sanders, man. Damn, that dude. He's definitely a powerhouse, man. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with. So, anyways, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I'll catch you all on the next one. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Later. Don't forget to subscribe, or follow on Twitch or whatnot. Or if you're on my YouTube channel, freaking don't forget to subscribe on there too. Like the video also. right, guys, later.